Persons with disability are excluded, neglected, invisible citizens in all parts of the world. And at the beginning, at this period, there are 80 organizations in Italy that work. Now it's the double, 160. But during 10 years of work, we understand that a few number of organizations are interested to work in development focused on disability. For that, we're making first the agreement with IFO. IFO is a very good organization because they have flexible, have a vision very nearly of us. Because the history of IFO are concentrated on the exactly stigma of persons with disability, have leprosy. And for that, we're developing the first project in Mongolia. After this experience, we make an agreement with IFO. And after we understand that maybe we need to image more high level. And for that, we promote the RIDIS. RIDIS is a network, Italian network on disability and development. Now, two organizations of persons with disability, DPI Italy, that I represent, and FISH, Italian Federation to Overcoming Disability, are joined with the IFO and with the Educate to organize a network to have more clear vision as is possible to support the application of Article 32 and Article 11 of the Convention. They are dedicated to international cooperation and emergency.
If we are to win the inclusion debate, in other words, if we are to be successful in ensuring that disability is part of development cooperation, then the effort must come from both sides, from the north and from the south and south-south. Part of the bigger agenda is to ensure that governments in the south, they play a proactive role in including disability whenever there are negotiations within development cooperation. So the world is becoming smaller and smaller in terms of the issues that we deal with. And we feel that by including disability in development cooperation now and becoming aware of the increasing number of persons with disabilities globally, linking that to the other issues like the impact of climate change, that will help us to understand why we should plan together and that we should always have inclusive policies that promote country-to-country cooperation. Yeah.
European Union beginning to recognize that as major donors in the world need to be engaged to support these standards. At the same time, we have the United Nations that recognize that in Millennium Development Goal, disability is one of the target group.
Yeah.
To be excluded is easy. To be included is more complicated. We provide a vision as disabled people that in the future, disability is not a little issue.
Yeah.
It's an issue of all society.
Exactly.
Oscar Pistorius is not the disabled that want to run with the old people. He's a new man, a post-human person.
Yeah.
This means the technology, the capacity of the world to overcoming the empire limitation made a new human.
I think in the long term, the MDG agenda, the agenda around the UN Convention, that agenda is very important for persons with disabilities worldwide. And we want to be part and parcel of that debate so that we can ensure that policies that are done at national level, conventions that are passed by the United Nations, disability strategies that are adopted by the European Union, that we have sufficient resources on the ground to implement them. So the implementation agenda is the most important agenda right now.
But having a vision that all the resources can be managed in different forms. The network of network produce a new idea. It's not only the North that have knowledge, but the South too. We need to join to have a common goals and show that it's possible to transfer knowledge in different areas of the world. Global vision of the international cooperation is a new challenge.
Yeah.
To understand that it's possible building a new world. In our slogan, nothing about us without us,
Yes.
it's not only a desire, it's a methodology, it's a right, but it's a slogan that
Exactly.
provide for all persons.
Exactly.
If I want to be citizen of the world, I need
Yeah.
to be participate
Exactly.
on the decision that affect my life.
Exactly. Instead, we in Africa, there are some countries where we only have 1 meal a day. So, but previously we would have had 2 meals or 3 meals, but we are having to make do with 1 meal a day because the world is changing, and our needs and the possibilities of us having 3 meals a day are just not there. So in that environment, we would rather have a government that says, given the fact that we are going to be living on less, what is the type of leadership that government must provide in that environment?
The model of development are in crisis.
Exactly.
For different reasons.
Yeah.
Because the idea is that if we develop the economy, I develop the wealth of people.
Exactly.
It's not exactly that.
It's not exactly
In
that.
the world, there are the globalization.
Exactly.
But globalization of the right are frequently in conflict with globalization of economy.
Exactly.
We want that the economy support the right
Yeah.
and implement the right and provide the right and wealth for all people.
Yes.
In the world now, there are crises because that's not happening.
That's not happening. Yeah.
And in our point of view, to support disabled people, right is support the excluded to be included.
Exactly.
In our imagination, it's a dream, but the dream
Exactly.
can be
Exactly.
useful to act.
Oh, very much so.
Without dream, we are no possibility to imagine a world
Exactly.
different.